Thank you so much. I got a text early this morning from Susan Waldman. She said, "Enjoy your day." And I texted back, "It feels like the World Series all over again." I don't know where to start, but to have your number retired for any team is certainly special. But when you're talking about the history and tradition of the New York Yankees, known worldwide, it is a feeling I can't describe. I just can't help but thank the Steinbrenner family. Thanks, Jan and Hal. Threw me a great party in Cooperstown. But let me tell you, folks, wouldn't have been a Cooperstown without a Yankee Stadium. I want to thank Randy Levine, Lon Trost, Brian Cashman, and the person that's very special, who's always comfortable standing in the background, Debbie Timon. She does amazing work. Well, the story goes, Arthur Richmond mentioned my name to George, but it was Stick Michael who recommended me to George, and I'll be forever grateful to him. And of course, George gave me the greatest opportunity I have ever had in my professional life. I played for 16 or 17 years, but it could never match the 12 years here in Yankee pinstripes. And I will be forever grateful for the opportunity in trusting me with his team. It always makes it special when you can share all the things, all the great things that have happened to me with family. And of course, you met everybody. Let me see if I forget anybody. I've been good at that. My wife, Allie, my sister, Ray, sister, Marguerite. Of course, such a love, what can I say? My son, Michael, Lauren, my daughter, Andrea, my daughter, Christina, couldn't be here. My granddaughters, Reed, Ariana, my grandson, Dylan, and granddaughters, Talisa, and what is your name again? Kendra. Gotcha. It has been amazing. But the one thing that you never forget and you never lose the feeling for are you people. All of you. And it continues. It wasn't only during the 12 years. I walk around the country now, people come up and thank me. They don't realize what a good time I had. But I talk about the fact that the New York fans have made this city a small town. But I also have mentioned numerous times how when you get to this ballpark, you just feel the heartbeat. And it's something that doesn't go away. Thank you for that, and thank you for being there. then, of course, the main attractions. Well, first off, I want to thank fellow Hall of Famer Tony La Russa and future Hall of Famer Jimmy Leland for being here. A great training staff. When you're as old as I am, you need a great training staff to keep you going. Gene Monahan, the best that there ever has been. And Stevie Donahue, the guy with no hair over here. And you talk about coaches, Mazzilli, Cardinal, Ron Guidry, there he is, Willow. And of course, you heard from Mel, and we're all sorry that Zim couldn't be here. But I hired 2 coaches, and they became dear friends. And that was both Mel and Don. And thank you, Sid, for being here. And the man over there in the convertible, Mr. Berra. When I was going to my first World Series, even though he wasn't on talking terms with George at the time, he called me up and said, "Hey kid, when you go out to first base the first night of the World Series, you're going to have a feeling you've never experienced in your life." And he sure was right, like he has been most of the time. Love you, Yogi. Reggie, you always been there to help. I appreciate it. And now the main attraction for me are these players. David Cohn. Trust him with your life. Give him the ball and know he's going to bring back a victory for you. Hideki Matsui. He came over from Japan as Godzilla, hits 50 home runs every year. And in spring training his first year, Don Zimmer asked me to ask him, can he hit and run? And now through the interpreter, when I asked him that, he says, anytime you want. Paul O'Neill. George named him right. He called him the Warrior. Yeah. Such passion. And I never forget it. Tino Martinez.
Yo, Tino! Tino! Hello from Bobby!
He had a home run or two that meant something in that old stadium, didn't he? And of course, my favorite, Bernie Williams.
Bernie!
Bernie come in my office in spring training. He had to go to the dentist with a bad wisdom tooth. And I said, why don't you just lay on my couch? And when they're ready to take you to the dentist, then, you know, you go with them. And then when he was on his way out of my office, I said, be careful, Bernie. Somebody sees you, they're going to think you're my favorite. He said they already know that. Jorge Posada. Georgie, the passion was really an earmark of our whole ball club. Never give up. I'd always ask Georgie at the start of the postseason, how many wins, Georgie? He'd say 11. And then we counted down, and 4 different times we counted down to 0. That was pretty cool. Andy Pettit. When I first met Andy and he was starting a ball game, I'd see him in the trainer's room staring straight ahead. I said, this guy's scared to death. I think we all found out otherwise. One of the great pressure pitchers of all time, Andy Pettit. And I have to turn to my left for one guy. Where are you? There you are. There's one single digit left out there. Derek, right from the get-go, you helped make what we were doing like a family endeavor. You pulled together, you helped tutor, and I know you weren't very comfortable when George named you captain, because you didn't need that. But I know your parents are here. Parents are here all the time because they're special people. And I can tell you, you're a special young man. I just want to say in closing that it's a short distance from the old stadium to here. But it's a long, long way from the field to Monument Park. However, I was blessed to make that journey on the shoulders of some very special players. Thank you very much.